Yo, what up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back once again. I think it's actually 2 days, right? I think it's actually, yeah, 2 days. Tomorrow, the 1st, then yeah. 2 days. Screw it. 2 days for SF6. I mean, if you look at the... Hold on, let me show you. Let's see actually how... Let's actually check the actual countdown for the game. Yeah, whatever, man. Okay, let's... Goddamn, hold on. Oh, it actually says 2 days, 2 hours, 47 minutes. So yeah, 2 days. Oh, preload. Oh, nice. I didn't know there was a preload. Holy shit. And you can actually open the game? Can you actually play offline or can you... Oh, damn. I don't think so. Well, first things first, I actually did a benchmark, but without streaming. Since I stream, that shit takes more resources. So I want to do another benchmark while streaming. So let's see how it runs. Okay, let's run the benchmark and see how this shit goes. Okay, let's first check the options. I got it in normal. I don't know how should I run it. Highest? God damn, I don't know. No, I don't think it will be able to get a higher settings, to be honest. You know what? Let's run it from normal settings, and then we're gonna test actually more. Well, actually not. The normal settings are actually not that bad. So basic graphic settings. Oh, let's put this shit in 120. What the hell? Let's do it. This thing off, motion blur off. Okay. Let's run it like this. I already did a pre-order. Yeah. I already did a pre-order. Okay, let's see. Start. On that shit.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see. All right, you ready?
This will be a good fight. Round one.
How is shit running? Okay, so far running good. 60 frames is standard.
How will they follow up? Perfectly timed parry to deflect the opponent's attack. You don't want to get caught in that situation too many times. Uses the target combo
I can sure make more changes on the settings. Depends on how.
Gets back into the corner with pressure building.
Yeah, depends on how it works.
It's getting tense.
So far it's going good, I guess.
Oh,
we gotta check the War Tour mode.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them
Since this is a mode that actually take more resources.
Sandblast. Who's going to start things off? Nice, perfect parry there.
Oh, really?
What do we do next? Amazing read to flash the parry just in time to catch the attack.
Okay, yo.
Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. The throw missed. Player experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive lead. This is a very... Oh no, they're stunned. Player 1 holding onto that corner advantage. Oh, what's this? Burnout activates. Player 1 has depleted their drive lead. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Still alive, still alive.
Okay, let's close this and open it again, I guess. God damn. I guess I gotta use then internal resolution 4. Yeah, I gotta lower the settings, unfortunately. Yeah, it actually sucks. While you're streaming, this shit takes too much resources.
Fighter 6.
Let's try in our settings. Oh yeah, 4. Yeah, I gotta play like this, unfortunately. Space reflection, ambient occlusion, depth of field. Yeah. Now let's check the detail. Ultra high? Nah. Then we gotta lower the settings to low if like, okay, let's put it here. High, bloom, standard, I guess. Sampling quality, what the hell is this? Oh, standard, I guess. Normal, or I think gonna be better this way. One more test.
How's this match gonna shake out?
See if let's see if it doesn't drop frames now.
All right, you ready?
This will be
Hopefully not. Please.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent.
It's running good for now, I think.
Stops the attack cold with a perfect parry. How will they follow up? Perfectly timed parry to deflect the opponent's attack. You don't want to get
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the settings I'm gonna run. Unfortunately, I cannot run it at full.
Is just about out of drive.
Internal resolution 4 will be 4 instead of 5 until I get a new graphic card, you know, since I only got an RTX 2080. but I'm planning on getting at least a 3070 Ti, so I can run the game on full settings. Internal resolution 5. But well, I think it doesn't look that bad, I guess.
Nice, perfect parry there.
So.
Amazing, you need to flash the parry just in time to catch the attack.
No Parsec match as well. Nah, Parsec is actually super unplayable. I could never play Parsec with good connection, to be honest.
Player 2 has an empty drive feed. This is a very... Oh no, they're stunned. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Oh, what's this? Ah, burnout activates. Player 1 has depleted their drive feed. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Still alive? Still alive?
Oh, didn't kill, I guess.
They're still in this.
Oh my god. Yeah, looks good, looks good, looks good. Not bad. The real test will be on the War Tour mode. Shit takes too much shit.
They put on a real clinic for us.
You know what? Actually, the real goal is to get a double CPU setup. That's my... I think I will definitely work on getting a second CPU. One to play and the other one to stream. That should be like that would be like the best thing to do while streaming. You can actually play your game at max settings and don't worry about the your PC taking all of your resources, OBS taking all of your resources. Oh, running smooth so far. More RAM? Like what? Getting a 32 gigabytes of RAM, you saying? No, I really think like... No, I really think like getting... I actually want to get a 3070, so I think if I get that graphic card, the game is definitely gonna run at I can run the game at better settings actually. And why not? Yeah, updating the RAM as well. Yeah. Is it dropping frames, or is it good? I don't know how you guys. God, I really gotta test this setting since I actually stream, and well, I gotta find the perfect settings to play the game and stream at the same time. It's actually watching on my cell phone as well. Now, all of you guys have already Series 3. I'm still stuck on 2080. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, let's get both then. Let's get a 32 gigabytes of RAM and let's get a RTX 3070. I think we're gonna be good. want a 4090. Now, I wish I could get a 4090 as well, man. I wish, but I still don't have the... My PC cannot handle that still. But hopefully I can get a new PC setup so I can get a better... That would be actually good. Huh. ¿Cómo te ves el stream, amor? Fíjate para ver. Te corre. Así que estoy probando ajustes. Sí. Wow. I still do crazy combos. Well, yeah, sometimes I always upload videos all the time in my channel every time. So sí hablo español, pero muy poco en stream porque el público, la mayoría es en inglés, por eso es que hablo inglés. Pero sí hablo español. Well, it says actual total score 100, ready for optimal play. Actually weird though that still I got a couple of frame drops on stream, but I think I gotta, well, I guess I gotta lower the resolution a bit more, I guess. I still think we're gonna be good. My stream settings are fine actually. Well, I think I can actually use a better, let's see here, better preset for more performance, I guess. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's make another quick test. Actually, I have seen people already doing reviews already of the game, so I'm gonna watch those too. Okay. No, I will leave this like 60 frames since, yeah. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, texture quality, I guess, will be normal. Normal lighting quality. Normal. Yo creo que se puede. Oh. Mm.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
All right, you ready? This will be a good fight. Round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent.
Come on.
Stops the attack cold with a perfect parry.
Oh, maybe
How will they follow up?
then I will get.
Perfectly timed parry to deflect
I will
the
then
opponent's
work
attack.
on getting
You
first
don't wanna get
32
caught in that
gigabytes of
situation
RAM.
too many times. Uses the target combo to take
mean,
a chunk
I
of damage off the opponent. Player one
I had
is
like
just
no
about out of
issues
rounds.
with, let's say, other fighting games like
Gets
SF5.
back into the corner with pressure building.
But yeah,
Heading into
of
the
course,
end
this
here
game
now.
got
It's
more.
getting tense.
It got more
Overdrive control
details.
for more damage. Projectile to try and change it to KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Sandblast!
No, I think definitely not.
Nice, perfect parry there.
It looks
What are they
kind
doing next?
of. Yeah, texture quality should be at least high.
Amazing read to flash
High.
the parry just in time to catch the attack.
A medium is start looking a bit weird.
Burning out. The
Actually, it's
throw
better
missed.
use high
Player
settings.
experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive beam. This is a very. Oh no, they're stunned.
Oh, let me test. Let me test it one more time with high settings on textures. Benchmark 2 is available on Steam. No, you gotta download it from Street Fighter 6 page.
Street Fighter 6.
Okay, texture high. Did I try internal resolution? Shit. Like raising the internal resolution. That shit takes a lot of resources. It's insane.
How's this match gonna shake out?
Yeah,
It's gonna be exciting to see.
that's the issue with Resident Evil engine.
Good fight. Round one.
Ridiculous. Takes too much resources.
What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get first maybe the
Perfect parry.
the
How will they
RAM
follow up?
since
Perfectly
it's
timed
cheaper
parry to deflect the opponent's attack. You
and
don't
it can
wanna get
definitely
caught in
improve
that
the
situation
performance.
too many times. Uses the target combo to take
And
a
it
chunk
will,
of damage off the opponent. Player one is just about out of
give me
drive.
time to save money to buy the RTX 3070 at least Ti.
Heading into the
And I will
end
be
now.
like
It's getting tense.
pretty
Overdrive
good.
to show good beat for more damage. Projectile to try and
My
take
CPU
KO.
I think still fine.
Player one
Is
picks up the first
Intel
round.
Core
That'll give
i9
them a psychological advantage.
Round two.
99
Sandblast.
OOK.
Who's going to start things off? Nice, perfect parry.
Yeah, 9,900K.
Amazing read to flash the parry just in time to catch the attack. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. The throw missed. Player experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive beam. This is a very. Oh no.
The only
they're stunned.
Windows alone uses like too much of RAM is insane. Oh yeah, I forgot also to turn off some processes as well.
Player one has depleted their drive beam. Oh, putting the cherry on top.
Off of Windows.
Still alive?
Yeah, that should help a bit as well.
They're still in this. Crashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. What a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Popeye arms. Let's go. The War Tour mode is gonna be the more demanding. Like there should be an I think still an option to run the Battle Hop and the War Tour at 30 FPS, right? There should be. 4060. Is that is shit? The thing is that with a 4 series RTX series actually too expensive, or not? Like, how much is a 4060? Damn, should be like too much. I was checking on Amazon the RTX 3070 Ti, and it was like 500, I think, $500 to $600. So I think that's an acceptable price for that card. 3080 is already like too expensive, like almost 1,000. Ridiculous. RTX 2060 at 400. Oh, I think it's not bad. I don't know. I still think that yeah, to overkill. Well, if you get, let's say, the 480 or the 4080 or the 4090. But I think with a 3070 Ti is more than enough. Like, you can run anything. At least at 1080p, just smoothly and at the max settings, and I think you're just gonna be fine with a 3070 Ti. So I think I'm gonna aim for that one, definitely. Bad thing about getting, like, if you get, like, if you want to get, the bad thing about getting a 40 let's say 4060, 4070 or 40, you gotta upgrade your PC, right? You gotta upgrade your CPU, gotta upgrade your maybe your motherboard. Yes, because if you get a new CPU, you gotta upgrade your motherboard. So that's a bad thing. You got like buying a new basic almost. Yeah, this should drop in a bit of frames actually, but well, what can I do? That's all we got. Hopefully I can get more RAM. Should upgrade to 12 Intel series. Wow. Insane. Oh, 13K already. That's insane. That's an overkill PC. Wow. Oh yeah, okay. It still says it's optimal, but the problem is the OBS sometimes will drop some frames and will cause the stream to lag a bit. But I think it's fine. We'll see. Still gotta kill some processes on the on the task manager, so yeah. Yeah, hopefully I can get a. But yeah, I gotta work on getting more RAM soon. I'm using Windows 10. How much RAM? 16 gigabytes. DDR4, I think it is. Oh wow. You got a bunch of reviews already. Oh, let's also preload a game. Yeah, forgot to preload. Hopefully it downloads fast. Wow, yeah, OBS taking a lot of GPU. Insane. Why this shit taking too much? Whoa. Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know. I don't know why. Problem is, if I lower to 1080 on YouTube, it's gonna look pretty bad. But I think I will have to do it. GPU Z. And yeah, 960 actually will actually no. Remember, I create content too. I gotta upload videos. I upload videos in my channel. It gotta be at least 1080p. So I cannot definitely stream at. I don't think I can stream at 960. Yeah, next time I just try 1080p again and see how it looks. Hopefully, it doesn't look that bad. $340 down. You can also use Afterburner, maybe to maybe that will help a bit, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. God damn. I mean, yeah, I'm using the of course I'm using NVIDIA encoder. It's the best to stream actually. I should try the other one, but it takes like too much CPU. I prefer using the GPU, to be honest. Looks better and works better. Your CPU works way better that way. I really don't like using the CPU encoder. I tried a lot of times and it's pretty bad now, like super bad. Let's kind of close here. Okay. Okay, 1.5 hours to download the game. Yeah, 43. Oh, now I know what. Oh, okay. Now I know what. I was using a filter. Okay, I should turn that shit off. That was actually taking extra resources as well using the NVIDIA broadcast. The video noise removal. That shit takes a lot. I forgot to turn it off, so that should definitely help more. Now that's why I was running like kind of wasn't bad, but yeah, I can definitely pull more frames without that shit. So yeah, let's run one more attempt, one more try. Oh, GPU still a bit 41% is right now. Was like at 43, so a bit better, I guess. Yeah, let's run that shit again.
Street Fighter 6.
Run better now. Let's try. Let's try.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
All right, you ready? This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight.
There we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent.
Come on.
Stops the attack cold with a perfect parry. How will they follow up? Perfectly timed parry to deflect the opponent's attack. You don't want to get caught in that situation too many times. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Overdrive.
Yeah, it's definitely running way better.
Projectile to try and change this to KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2.
How do I think on motor controls in online matches?
Sandblast. Who's going to start
Nothing,
this off?
I guess.
Nice, perfect parry
You
there.
play on whatever you feel more comfortable.
Amazing
So,
beat to flash the parry just
I
in
mean,
time to catch
is
the
the
attack. Player 2 can't use any
Capcom
drive moves without burning
acknowledge the motor
out.
controls?
Player experiencing burnout.
I mean, they already said it's legal to use it on tournaments, so there's nothing you can do about it. So you gotta get used to it, I guess.
Oh, what's this? Burnout activates. Player 1 has completed their drive.
Well, actually running at full internal resolution now at 5, and it's running full. It's running good, so
Doesn't kill. There's
that
still
was
in
definitely the issue. That shit was taking hell of resources, man. So turning that shit off definitely helped more the performance.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for
Oh man, I tried playing on Mario controls, and my brain almost exploded. Like I couldn't, man. Shit is too damn weird. So I'm definitely sticking with classic. I cannot play Street Fighter with those weird ass controls. I can't. That shit is too damn weird, man. Sí, todavía en 60. Pero para allá vamos. A comprar un monitor nuevo. Yeah, I played on Fire Stick, yeah. That survey was a lot of bullshit, actually. Like, survey, what my results were like, were E-Honda. Like, I'm a... Actually told me I am a E-Honda player. Like, what the hell? I never played E-Honda. Sure, I tried E-Honda in Street Fighter 5, a bit in Street Fighter 4, but it's not my type. Damn weird. But yeah. Server, I guess in North America, I guess. I mean, that depends. In Battle Hub, should be North America. There's no Central America server, so way better to stick in North. Well, actually, that depends on the player as well. It's connection. On rank matches, that won't matter, since the game will just pick the closer connection. Okay, that was smooth. I think. Yeah, it was the NVIDIA broadcast, taking a lot of shit from a lot of resources, man. So that should definitely help a lot. Street Fighter 6 will be cracked. I mean, every game so far is cracked, so Street Fighter 6 won't be an exception. The crackers always they always cracking every damn game. Doesn't matter. So it's definitely gonna be cracked. But you won't be able to play online. You cannot play online with the cracked games. Unless you play on Parsec or I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I think definitely it runs definitely way better. Yeah.
Street Fighter 6.
And now let's watch the reviews. I actually want to watch those reviews. Also, Mortal Kombat 1. I mean, the cinematics looks great. It looks great, but I still gotta see gameplay. There's no gameplay, so I cannot really tell from too much from that. Still waiting for that gameplay though.
Remember when Street Fighter V came out and a lot of people were disappointed by its distinct lack of meat on its bones? Street Fighter 6 is the polar opposite, complete with an excellent 18-character roster of both new and returning fighters, rendered
House.
in a
Hello,
killer
welcome.
new art style, an incredibly ambitious online battle hub that
Oh,
puts all other
what?
fighting game lobbies to shame,
Sean.
and just about everything you could ever ask for when it comes to training tools and systems to help you get better at the genre.
Like, what the hell?
It's
Is
a
he playing
spectacular,
online?
feature-rich fighting game. Street Fighter 6 takes many
What
swings
kind of
in many
connection is that?
directions,
1 bar
and though
connection?
not every blow
Are you
connects,
are you
ones
kidding
that
me?
do are absolute knockouts.
This is playing on the worst connection ever. Holy shit.
Gotta do this. Come on.
The gameplay of every Street Fighter game since Street Fighter 2 can generally be defined by unique
Yeah, now this is a green bar.
Street Fighter 3
Better.
had parries, 4 had focus attacks, 5 had the V system, and now Street Fighter 6 has the drive system. And for my money, it's the best the series has ever seen. Every character gains access to 5 powerful abilities that are all governed by their drive gauge. Overdrive special moves, drive rush, drive parry, drive reversals, and drive impact. Overdrives are
Wow.
essentially the new EX
Or
special
maybe
moves
this is
with
just footage from the
bars.
Veda.
Drive rush allows
No,
you to
no,
quick
no, it's not from the
approach
Veda.
specific
They're
movement
actually
opponent
playing
across
online.
one
Holy
bar,
shit.
Or cancel out specific normal
What the
attacks
heck,
in the cost
dude?
of 3 bars. Drive reversals allows you to get an opponent off of you while you're blocking their attack at the cost of 2 bars. And drive impacts, well, we'll get to those in a bit. I love this system for a lot of reasons, but chief among them is that it opens up so many options, and at the start of every round, you have a full meter and have access to all of them. There's no building this meter up, or worrying about the amount you'll have left over for the next round. I could start aggressively by using a drive rush right out of the gate to put on pressure, I could save my meter for overdrive special moves to increase the damage of my combos, or I could fish for a crouching medium kick and then drive rush cancel it to convert big damage off of a single poke. Those are just a few of the options, and managing them makes the already extremely cerebral fighting of Street Fighter 6 even more enjoyable. The way it's handled when you run out of drive meter is also excellent. Your character enters a burnout state where you're completely unable to use any drive meter related techniques. Your opponent's attacks become more advantageous on both block and hit, you take chip damage, and drive impacts are even scarier than before. And I swear, we'll get to drive impacts in just a bit. Being in burnout is a terrible position, but it's far from an unwinnable situation. You still move at the same speed, your attacks do the same damage, you still have access to all of your super moves, and while your opponent's drive impacts are a huge threat, you know that they'll be looking to do them, which can lead to some interesting mind games on both sides. Some of the most tense and fun matches I've had in Street Fighter 6
I want to try Marisa too.
when I managed to pull out a victory even while in burnout. Now, let's talk
It's
about
looking sick so far.
because I have a feeling that for a lot of people, whether or not they enjoy Street Fighter 6
Oh,
is
that's
largely
good.
going to come down to their feelings on this one move. Drive Impact only costs 1 bar of drive meter to use. It has super armor that can absorb up to 2 hits, and if it hits while your opponent is in the middle of their own attack, they will be knocked into a crumpled state, giving you a full combo. And that's not all. Even if they block it, they get blown back and lose half a bar of drive meter. And if they get backed into the corner, you get to follow it up with a combo. That's not all either. Remember how I said that it's even more scary when you're in burnout? Well, if you block a drive impact and you're close to the wall, you get stunned, and you'll eat a full combo in the corner, even though you block their attack. It's one of the most powerful universal mechanics I've ever seen in a fighting game, and if you don't respect it, you will get crushed by it. And yet, I love drive impacts, because they're tuned so that they're just reactable enough to be defended against if you're looking out for them, but also still fast enough to catch you by surprise if you're not. All you have to do is drive impact them right back. You'll absorb their attack, hit with yours, and now the roles have been reversed so that you get the opportunity for a full combo. Countering drive impacts is just so incredibly satisfying, especially when it's the key to you turning the tables around and winning a tight round.
New World Warriors.
Street Fighter 6's roster of 18 characters is mostly familiar, with 12 returning characters and 6
sit down.
entirely new. But even the returning characters feel fresh thanks to new quirks added to their movesets. Ken's command run, for example, now changes up the properties of several of his special moves when he uses them out of it, giving them EX-like properties without having to spend drive meter on them. Cammy can now charge her special moves and give them V-trigger-like qualities. And DJ has a ton of new feints that make him
Wow, that shit's gonna be insane.
character to use and play
Those
against.
feints.
The New Blood, meanwhile, are some of the best additions Street Fighter has seen. Kimberly is a clear standout, with a ninja-inspired moveset that has her closing the distance with quick teleports, pile driving you into the ground with Izuna drop-like air throws, and mixing you up with tricky leaps from half a screen away. Jamie, meanwhile, is a drunken melee powerhouse who is able to buff himself by taking swigs of his flask. And once he takes 4 drinks, pretty much all of his moves become extremely dangerous, with multi-hitting attacks that left me totally clueless on when it was actually my turn to fight back, forcing me basically to lab against him in training mode. Pretty much every Street Fighter character archetype has representation here. You've got your grapplers,
Terror.
Zangief and Manon, your
Zangief the
fighters,
Terror, the
Ken,
Nightmare.
Jamie, and Cammy, your zoners with
You
Guile,
you guys gotta be ready
Pete,
for
and your
that
powerhouse
overdrive
Bruisers, Marissa and Honda.
command
It's
grab.
everything I want out of a roster.
Shit, E-Honda looks insane too.
World Tour is an ambitious single-player mode, and while it is a big step up from Street Fighter V's attempt at a cinematic story mode and anything else Street Fighter has done before, it's certainly the weakest part of Street Fighter 6. It's at least a great idea. It's a surprisingly enormous RPG that allows you to take a created character into the world of Street Fighter, interacting with the playable roster by becoming their disciple and learning their moves, and then building them up from scratch by leveling up, equipping various types of stat-altering gear, and selecting powerful skills.
Thank God we're
It
finally
also does a
gonna
good
have
job of
more
teaching new players the
more
fundamentals of
clothes
Street Fighter 6
and
by
gear.
including lessons as side quests, with steadily increasing difficulty over the course of about 20 hours. However, RPGs live and die by their stories, and the story of World Tour is unbelievably dull. With paper-thin characters, predictable plot twists, and a mute protagonist whose main purpose is just to be an errand boy for various gangs and factions, there's nothing to get excited about. It feels like it was written with the primary purpose
What mode I'm playing first? I don't even know.
Countries to meet the roster characters.
I don't even know what to do first, to be honest.
Those trips. In one chapter, a random gangster all of a sudden
Maybe
tells me that I need
trials.
to get her bag back that my buddy stole. And so, without any objection, the most
Of course, I gotta create my.
solution is for
You gotta
me to
create
make a
your
global
character
trip to
first,
Rome
right?
in order
First
to
thing
fashion
you
a
gotta
counterfeit
do,
bag that I can hopefully use to fool the gangster into thinking I
when
got
you
her
open the
bag
game,
back.
is
In another
create your
chapter, I had to go
character,
to Jamaica and Brazil because
and
my
then
original mentor, Luke,
after
wanted
that,
souvenirs
maybe
from those
just
places,
check
and
every
I guess
feature the
just
game
doesn't know how to
has,
shop
like
online.
every
At least the
just
tone
every
is goofy
feature.
and fun, which is a great fit for Street Fighter. You can fight just about
And
anyone on the
after
street,
that, maybe
regardless of
jump
whether
into
they deserve
trials.
a rising uppercut to the face or not. It's fun to use.
Maybe start the arcade
like
mode.
The spinning bird kick to cross gaps like you're a human helicopter. And there's a
Training mode. Then
many of which
gonna
do an
lab. I
admirable
gotta
job
lab a
of
lot of the
teaching your
characters I'm
players
gonna
how to
play
deal
with.
specific situations that will come up outside of story.
War Tour as
Some
well.
enemies
Check
will
War
figure out
Tour
why,
a bit
making
as
them
well.
vulnerable to low attacks. Others will stay permanently in the air
And the last
must
thing
be
I'm gonna
brought down
do
by
is play
anti-air
online,
enemies.
actually.
And others still will
Before
try to
checking
aim back and cover
everything.
you with projectiles, forcing you to fight them like you would a zoner type character. And then you also fight refrigerators and Roombas. It's weird, but in a very amusing Yakuza-esque kind of way. There's also a variety of fun minigames that do a great job of gamifying techniques that you would actually use in a typical fight. In one of them, you have to chop bottles by holding back for a second and then quickly moving the stick in the opposite direction and pressing a button, which is how you would perform charge-type special moves on a character like Guile or Blanca. Another has you making pizza by quickly performing special move inputs as they appear on screen. And another still has you using your combos to quickly destroy a big rig in
Why it
nod
looks
to the
like that,
original
like
car wrestling
pixelated?
game from Street Fighter 2. The best thing about World Tour though, and the thing that really serves as the carrot at the end of the stick, is the promise of being able to outdo the
God,
character
they
with
got
moves
Manon
from
and the
every
Cammy
other
moves
fighter.
and the
By the end
oh
of the
my
campaign,
goodness.
I could use
Dawson teleport.
to instantly appear behind an
The
opponent,
hell?
hit them with Zengi's
SPD.
pile driver, and then
Oh,
use
no.
Dragon Lash kick to get right back up in their face.
How
Being
many-
able to
oh
customize
my
character
God,
in
how
ways
many
that would
moves
make
he
them
got?
absolutely broken in the real game. It's a lot of fun. The issue is that it
Shit.
takes forever to level up a character's style to the point where you learn new moves from them. You do this simply by using them, but even though I only used Luke's and Ken's throughout the entire mode, I still didn't max out either of them. Those who love a good grind may enjoy having plenty left over to unlock after the 20 or so hours it takes to complete World Tour, but I would have liked the drip feed of new unlocks to be substantially faster, considering the sheer amount of rewards that there are to unlock by maxing out the
What
ranks
else
of
we
each
got?
character.
Oh, some
I have
R
many
words.
more issues with World Tour, but even despite them, I still had a fun time with it by the end. It's a mode that's more directly aimed towards people without a lot of fighting game experience, and I think those people will get a ton more out of it than I did. The character customization elements are great. The way it incentivizes fundamental lessons of how to play Street Fighter 6 by dressing them up as side missions and minigames is extremely well done, and there's just an overwhelming amount of content to discover with two very large open worlds.
What
to
is this?
explore,
Every
both
Capcom
of
game?
which have day and nighttime versions that each have their own set of side missions to discover.
Oh lord. What kind of
Another reason why you
kind of
might
feel
want
was
to go
that?
through World Tour mode is that you're able to take your character and all the gear that they've earned into the online Battle Hub, which is an online social
God,
space
why is
where
this-
you queue into both ranked and unranked matchmaking, or pull up a cabinet much like you would in a local arcade in a Wii
Super
Challenge.
Saiyan Blanca?
Online lobbies are not a new thing in the world of fighting
Blanca-chan.
games, and truthfully, I've never been the biggest fan of them. But Street Fighter 6's implementation of the Battle Hub has won me over. For one, it's super cool to look at because Street Fighter 6's character creator is absolutely wild and gives you the freedom to make beautiful creations with finely tuned features or unspeakable monsters with out-of-this-world bodily proportions. And it's fun to just wander
Oh,
around the hub
no.
and see what people have come up with. There's also a lot
Oh
of
my
things to
God,
do
what the hell
beyond
is
just
that?
parking at a cabinet and playing with either friends or random players. There's a section of the hub where you can play a
Selfie
rotating
mode, let's
selection of
go.
classic Capcom arcade games like Final Fight and Street Fighter 2, another section where you can play extreme battles with party-like rules and gimmicks, a store where you can purchase more customizable clothes for your avatar with in-game currency, and you can even pit your created character against others in avatar battles. But the most important thing about
There's
Battle Hub is
too
that
much
it's all
content.
optional.
Yeah. Oh,
If you
look,
don't
the
wanna deal with it,
online
you don't have to.
avatar
You can
online
simply
mode.
queue up for ranked or casual matches via a menu, go into training mode while you wait, or create a custom room for multiple friends without ever having to go through the Battle Hub, which is exactly how it should be.
Trailers.
What really pushes
Trials,
Street
I mean,
Fighter 6
trailers.
over the edge is how
Trials.
it completely nails virtually everything outside of its main modes that you could ask for in a fighting game. Based on my experience playing pre-launch and in all 3 betas, including the open beta, its netcode is excellent. It's got the best training mode I've ever seen in a fighting game, complete with frame data, cancel window data, and a ton of other useful things. It's got extremely helpful character guides that make it very easy to learn a new character from scratch, combo trials that teach you practical combos for a variety of situations, load times are extremely quick, and rematches are nearly instantaneous. You can search for replays with a ton of different filters to help you learn matchups. There's crossplay across Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. There's frame data when you're spectating. You can create and join clubs, and
Wow.
the list just goes on and on. Many fighting games also have these features, but very few have all of them, and especially not right out of the gate. Street Fighter 6 also deserves credit for really making an effort on welcoming newcomers in innovative ways. On top of World Tour mode, there's also a new modern control scheme that
What's
allows
that
you to
connection?
play without having to worry about character-specific command inputs
One bar,
or
what
combo
the
moves.
hell?
Special moves are mapped to a button and a direction, much like Smash Brothers. There's one button each for light, medium, and heavy attacks. You can execute combos by holding down an assist button and mashing one of the 3 attack buttons, and you can use super moves just by pressing 2 buttons at the same time. The playing field is kept even by the fact that those using modern controls don't have access to a character's full repertoire of normal moves, but being able to perform special moves with just the press of a button is a trade-off that makes the modern control style appealing even for those who aren't beginners. And for those who just want to hold forward and mash on one button to execute special
Dynamic,
moves and combos,
oh no.
there's also a new dynamic control scheme
Oh
that's
no.
only usable offline and essentially lets the AI choose the attacks for you. Capcom's really just covered all their bases here. Street Fighter games are always benchmark moments for the 2D fighting game genre, but Street Fighter 6 feels extra special. The drive system is an incredible addition to the fighting mechanics that gives you a veritable Swiss Army knife of options and meter management decisions right from the start of every round. The starting roster is the best that Street Fighter has ever seen. Its online netcode through 3 betas has been impeccable so far, and the number of smaller details that it nails right out of the gate is unprecedented. It's so good that even the poor story
combo
and
trials for
extremely
modern
slow
controls,
progression of
yeah.
the single-player World Tour
So
amounts
you're gonna
to
get
only
two
a
type
jab's
of
worth
two type of
damage
trial,
towards
two kind of
medical health
trials.
bar. Whether you're completely new to fighting games or are a seasoned vet, Street Fighter 6 is a must-play.
9 out of 10.
For more Street Fighter 6, check out the first minutes of the game. And for everything else, keep it here on
Okay.
Started from the bottom and I'll never look back. Look at all my haters, y'all making them mad.
Let's talk about Street Fighter 6. This is a game that's been setting the gaming landscape on fire in all the best ways because it's generated such great impressions from its betas and what they've continuously shown us through marketing materials. You know, this feels like a stark contrast to Street Fighter for the interact with people in really cool ways, and also you've got there are RPG elements where you level up, you can choose what skills you want about this campaign is that it's actually pretty much a giant tutorial for how to play Street Fighter. The game is constantly teaching you different characters, move inputs through the master system where you slowly become acclimated to different characters, moves and special moves and supers. The game slowly teaches you new combat maneuvers and mechanics that are integral to playing this game. A lot of side missions will often have you perform certain moves, maneuvers, and engage with certain mechanics so you can get that muscle memory in while having some narrative purpose behind them. The campaign isn't super long, but it's substantial. It took me about 20 hours to beat, and that includes doing side missions in between, and I feel like I can probably squeeze another 5 to 10 hours out of this mode if I want to go full completionist mode. And much like Yakuza, there's a lot of silliness within this open world. Street Fighter's World Tour mode doesn't have the narrative nuance that Yakuza does, where when it is the main campaign stuff, things are very dramatic and grounded. There are some explosive, very actiony moments in Yakuza, but generally, when it comes to characters and the stories that they present and the circumstances that they have to go through, it's all very serious, very dramatic. Street Fighter embraces its
Team
identity
battle,
as something
yeah.
very silly and campy, and the campaign
Hopefully
sort of
that will-
falls in line
hopefully
with that.
that works in
Its
this game,
story
because
isn't all that
previous Street
compelling per
Fighters,
se. It's very much
it
typical
wasn't
fighting
like
game story.
people
where
didn't
it's
play
about,
that
you know,
much.
trying to enter tournaments, and the game has weird ways of having you meet all the Street Fighter characters, but I feel like a lot of people just won't care that much. It's fun meeting these characters. It's fun getting to know them and seeing their personality shine through with some great and lively vocal performances across the board that really infuse these characters with a lot of, well, character. This game has a lot of personality in its visual style. I love this sort of urban graffiti aesthetic that's very colorful. It almost feels like a more mature Splatoon. It's just the entire presentation style.
We ordered
On
5
top
days
of
ago,
that,
nice,
the
man.
art style itself, all the
Pretty good.
graphics fidelity is not the best, I'd say. I feel like the visual aesthetic just more than makes up for that. From a pure fidelity standpoint, it can look a bit last gen in this World Tour mode compared to other open world games. Visually, I feel like graphics just don't quite stand up, but it's just aesthetically very pleasing. Again, it oozes personality, and so there's just a very unique identity and vibe that this game goes for that shines through, and I feel like that identity is what people will latch onto. Even the music leans into that style. The music in this game, man, it's so freaking catchy.
story?
From the tunes that play during the menus to the soundtrack that you hear. Music in this game, man, it's
Is it story mode?
shines through, and I feel like that identity is what people will latch onto. Even the music leans into
This
that
is
style.
arcade
The
mode.
music
Well,
in this
it's
game,
called
man,
story
it's so
mode.
freaking catchy, from the tunes that play during the menus to the soundtrack that you hear in-game. It all just adds to the aesthetics and style and the presentation of this game. The presentation really is top-notch. Like, Street Fighter V to me felt a bit vanilla in its presentation style. Street Fighter 6 feels like it is going for something very specific, and it has very much that fighting in the streets type of vibe that just elevates the entire experience, I feel. I think presentation is a big, important part of even fighting games, and that urban graffiti, colorful, sort of hip-hoppy style that Street Fighter 6 is going for just clicks really well with everything else about this game. So just lots of kudos on that front. So yeah, I think Yakuza, but more leaning towards the silly side of things, especially the side missions where you'll meet some pretty eccentric characters and you'll do some silly things here and there. I mean, you get to fight freaking refrigerators throughout the course of this campaign, and different sections of the open world have their own personality. There's a decent amount of environmental variety, and within that environment, characters, idle animations, there are all kinds of different
What is
things are
this?
happening in the open world. It's just kind of fun to look around and see what silly things are inhabiting this world that Capcom has created. The activities during World Tour aren't the most nuanced things. You won't partake in some epic gameplay. A lot of it is just pretty much going from point A to point B, maybe doing some fetch questy stuff, and then just fighting a bunch of people. There are a number of dungeon-like levels, but they're pretty rudimentary in design, and there are definitely aspects to World Tour that can feel tedious, be it because certain activities are uninspired or because the game just keeps throwing mobs at you. One of the enemy types that you get to fight are these drones, and fighting them is like the most annoying thing ever, and you fight a decent amount of them. Anytime
Gotta
they
be
come on, I
insane,
just
man.
groan in pain. They're not the fun kind of challenging.
Fighting
they're the
a lot of
annoying
people
kind of
there
challenging. Sometimes the amount of mobs that
to
flood you
level
can
up,
get a little
it's gonna
annoying
be
as you're
nuts.
trying to beat the campaign. It
Yo,
just feels
thanks
like
a
the
lot,
game is
yours
stalling
truly,
you in
for
annoying ways
your
here and there.
donation,
And again,
man.
this
Really
is not the most
appreciate
substantial
it,
campaign
man.
ever in
Yeah, I
terms of
cannot wait,
narrative or
cannot
gameplay,
wait,
but
man.
This is not at the level of something like Yakuza. It almost feels like a prototype of that type of format.
I cannot
but
wait to
the
get
core
in
gameplay of
already.
Street Fighter 6 is really good, and the way your character
Yo, thank
progresses
you, yours
and
truly, we
upgrades
appreciate
and
it.
the way you can customize your character's moveset and all these things, that keeps the gameplay interesting throughout, I feel, and you just constantly get to practice. You get to constantly learn. The tutorials tutorials keep flooding in throughout the course of the campaign, and you just become better and better at the game. You feel the progress of your skills, and that's what this campaign does a great job at. I will say that this campaign experience does feel a bit
You wish
incomplete.
the
It does end a little
cherry
abruptly. It feels like there's
blossom
more to tell with
short
this
you
story,
can?
and I feel like the live service element will
Cherry
kick in there,
blossom.
and they're gonna
Where's
add
that from?
more content to the World Tour. At least I hope so, because it feels like they're scratching the surface
The
here.
scene where
For
Ryu
fighting
like
game to
is
have something like this, and to have enough of a story to keep you going, to have enough
wasn't this
RPG
video?
elements and
No.
systems to make
I think it was
progression
a previous
compelling
one
and
where
allow
he
for
was
this
like
degree of
in the
customization for your personal fighter. It will serve the fans very
in that
well.
place
So it
like
really gets the
full
job
of
done, and it
cherry
ultimately hits
blossoms.
all the right notes. So that's World Tour. The second major
But
mode
it was
is
actually
Battle Hub,
Sakura's.
but again, I wasn't able to try it out. I did get to check it out in the beta though, and my experience with that was very positive, and hopefully that'll carry through when the game launches.
24-hour
and the servers
stream.
go fully online when everyone floods
Wow,
in. And
that
then the
sounds
third major
like,
slice of this game
that
is
sounds
Fighting
nuts,
Ground,
man.
and this is your classic Street Fighter
No,
experience where
I-
you've got things
I
like
cannot
arcade
definitely do
mode
that.
with
I
character
will.
stories. This is where you can engage with the versus mode where you can fight other players.
That shit is too
one-on-one or
much.
do team
Maybe
battles.
12
There's
or
even this silly
maybe
party mode called
the
Extreme
most I can
Battles,
do
where you can pick different
almost
rules
10,
and
but
gimmicks
shit,
or
like
hazards. So you can
24
do
is too
things like
much,
set
man.
the winning condition to be not your regular health bar, but this tug of war health bar that goes back and forth. And while
Unless
that's happening,
I
you can
get
make it so that these
a-
Mega Man mats pop up and you can
How do you
kick
set
them
that?
around so that they do damage to the enemy. There's one rule
A
where to win, you
Subaton?
don't deplete health
No, it's not
bars, but
called
rather you have to
Subaton. It's
complete
called
random tasks that the
donation-
game gives you before the opponent does. And I said
Shit,
that
I forgot a name. Where if you keep donating, like if people keep donating, I can keep streaming. Yeah, that shit.
Its version of Super
But
Smash
for free,
Brothers with
definitely not
items
worth,
on.
man.
And
It
on
should
Fighting
be
Grounds,
something
you
like a
also find this
Subaton
practice mode that
or
has the training mode where you can just kind
through
of experiment.
donations.
But what I especially
I can
love is how
definitely
comprehensive the
try to do it.
tutorials are. The game's got tutorials for the game's basic, intermediate, and advanced
But
mechanics. It's got character
doing it
guides
for
each
free
character that
actually
teaches you the
is too
basics
much. It's
of
actually
how to
risky
fight
for your
them and
health.
what their fighting style is, what they're most
That
efficient
shit is
at. And then
ridiculous.
There are the combo guides for those who really want to delve deep into the game's mechanics and really want to style on enemies and really want to get
I might be
proficient at
able to
this
pull
game.
off,
When it
like,
comes to
let's
getting
say
into
at
a new
least
fighting
8
game,
hours
the biggest
of
barrier
stream.
is by far that huge learning curve. And Street Fighter 6 just both through World Tour and all of the different tutorials and
I
tools
gotta
offered in
edit
practice
videos
mode
too, gotta
just
create
offer the
content.
best avenue for players to learn how to play Street Fighter, and that's where I think this game is going to draw in a lot of players. That's on top of the different control schemes that they've added to this game. You've got your classic controls, which sees you input light, medium, heavy punches and kicks individually. You have to input throw, specials, combo, supers, etc. manually. But then with modern controls, it simplifies everything with just light, medium, and heavy attacks. Instead of having to worry about punches and kicks, it just dilutes it down to light, medium, and heavy. And then there's a dedicated special moves button. And how you input special moves with the setup is you press the special moves button with a direction instead of having to manually input, you know, down, forward, punch, or whatever. There's a dedicated throw button. There's even a combo assist button that maps certain small combos to specific attack buttons as you hold that button down. It is a lot easier to input supers. Now, you do lose some of that nuance in controlling your character, but the modern control scheme gives you enough of a moveset for you to be able to go toe-to-toe with opponents who are playing Classic and still put up a good fight, and it just brings more people in and still offers enough nuance for them to feel like, you know, their skills overcame the opponent, not the game itself. So yeah, the accessibility efforts of Street Fighter 6 are fantastic. The way they teach you, the way they have different control schemes for different player types. Now, none of that would matter if the fighting mechanics weren't fun, but man, Street Fighter 6 is just fun to play, and that's really the essence of the game. That's what's going to keep you going. It's just fighting in this game is consistently
it's actually not hard.
fun. There are 18 characters total, and each of them feel very distinct.
That depends on your level,
have very
actually.
distinct personalities with different sizes,
If you are
speed, range, and
if you are an
specialities. Now, I'm not
experienced
versed enough
player,
into Street Fighter to tell you how
if you have
balanced this
reached
game
at
is. I'm sure the
least,
pros will figure that out.
let's say
I feel
master
like all the
rank
characters are really fun to play,
or
and certain
at
characters
least
are
Ultra
definitely
Diamond
easier to play
on
than
Street
others,
Fighter
but generally
5.
every character has not that
You might
many
be able to
moves
get
learn.
diamond
Again,
only
it's more about
playing
how you
placement
use those
matches.
moves,
You
and
know,
it's about
if you
learning certain
win, let's say
combos
at
and
least 7,
mastering their timing and all of
if
these
you win
things.
7
You've also
out
got
of
17
10,
maps right now that you can play around with,
cool.
which is a decent amount. Again, this is very much still in the foundation stages. 18
I think if
characters,
you
17
win
maps. The roster size is much
7
bigger
out of
in
10
Street Fighter V,
matches,
for example, which has
you
been
can
going on
get
for many, many years.
diamond rank
It'll take a while
immediately.
for Street Fighter 6 to get to that level content-wise. but it just feels like so much of Street Fighter 6 is going in the right direction. There's enough substance at launch for Street Fighter 6 that I think people are going to be happy enough with the state of the game, and hopefully the growth of the game is handled really well. But yeah, in terms of fighting mechanics, it's very much that complex game of rock, paper, scissors, which is made a lot more fun by the introduction of the drive gauge, which is, think of it as like a big old stamina bar that allows you to do a variety of moves like drive impact, which has multiple purposes. It's primarily like a counterattack that if you land as an opponent is attacking, you get to stun them unless they get 3 hits in which case it cancels out your drive impact. You can also use it to push back blocks, and if you push them back into a wall, then that stuns them, or you can also just deal damage with it and just infuse it in your combos. There's drive parries, which is essentially what it sounds like. It's a parry that
is actually like Goken now, so
it consumes your
there's no
gauge,
way he
but
can
strategically. If you
turn
get a
into
perfect
Evil Ryu
parry,
again.
you can do follow-up attacks really quickly and counterattack opponents that way. There's drive rush, which allows you to move in on opponents very quickly to catch them off guard, or you can use it mid-combo to execute combos that otherwise wouldn't be possible. And then there's overdrive, which is essentially a souped-up version of your special attacks that consumes your drive gauge. And so it's just about managing that drive gauge while trying to deplete your opponents by either having them waste their drive gauge or by attacking them with drive impacts that consumes their drive gauge. And this system also encourages you to be aggressive because attacking opponents refills your drive gauge.
Thanks a lot for a 5, my friend. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the donation.
That gauge remains depleted for a period
We appreciate
of time.
it.
And in that state, you're just weaker, slower. You don't want to get to that point.
I mean, yeah,
so
I miss him
managing
too,
that
but
drive gauge is essential, and it can
we
be
gotta
a
play
risk-reward
with
system
what
where
we got
if you
right now,
use it too
so
much,
there's
you
nothing
can
to do about it.
actually put yourself
Just
at a
move on.
disadvantage. It's just fantastic, a complete game changer, an amazing addition to Street Fighter, just a standout even among other fighting games that are out there. I'm still getting the hang of all of this. You're not going to see some crazy combos from me, but playing through World Tour,
Really
playing through the
hoping they
tutorials,
bring
these
back the
mechanics are
violent
sort of
can this
starting to
time,
melt
actually.
together. It's all starting to make sense and click, and I'm just slowly feeling myself getting better and better at Street Fighter, and it's a good feeling, and it all just feels a lot more painless than it could have been. I'm actually motivated to learn this game because
Marisa
it does
and
such a good
Mother in
job
the
at teaching
survey.
me. And
Nice.
because the game just looks so good from a stylistic perspective, because the punches and kicks and all of the different
I got
moves
E-Honda.
are
That's
still
what's
so
like.
iconic and
What the hell?
feels so impactful,
I didn't even
especially
play
the
him.
drive impact stuff, to the visual aesthetic of just the splash of paint that fills the screen. Just the details like
And
that
classic, I
makes
think.
it just like an
E-Honda
addictive
classic.
game to behold on top of an addictive game to play. It's just pleasing to your senses, if that makes sense.
JP.
And it certainly helps that this game technically feels very polished. Haven't had
There's
much in the way
gonna
of,
be
like,
a lot of
performance issues
JP
or anything. It
mains,
just
that's for
runs
sure.
really
A
well.
lot
And
of
all these
JP
different
mains.
elements come together to make what I feel like is the most fun Street Fighter has been in a very long time, if not ever. And if they can manage the live service aspect correctly, if they can update this game consistently with high quality content, with reasonable business models, then I think this game has the potential to have really long legs and to easily become the best Street Fighter yet. How this game is remembered.
My God. What the hell is this?
Hello and welcome. This is Rufelmonger. My friends, today is a very special video as this is my review of Street Fighter 6. I was provided an early copy by Capcom and I'll be going over every aspect of the game. Now, to note, very obviously, I'm not
this
a big
bootleg
review
king?
outlet. I'm not IGN, I'm not GameSpot. This is a review that comes from
What the hell?
someone who's very heavily into fighting games. In fact, this is a fighting game dedicated YouTube channel, right? So as far as being fully objective, I'll be honest with you, I like the game. As a fighting game player, I'm already inclined to like Street Fighter, and I do like this game, straight up. So that's just a matter of disclosure up front, I suppose. So with Street Fighter 6, there's a lot of things to talk about, so this video will be time-stamped for your ease of use. As obviously there is the core Street Fighter gameplay, which is as good as it's been in a very, very long time, but also other things like the World Tour mode, a big, expansive, semi-open world RPG, which is very much unlike anything we've had in Street Fighter games, well, ever. And that said, that's where we will start. So before anything else, let's talk about the World Tour mode. So World Tour mode in Street Fighter 6 is very different, to say the least. It is an open world
What the
RPG.
hell? What kind of...
You level up, you build your character, and you can make them
What
look
kind
any way
of
you
character
want,
is that?
as seen by the character I chose to create. And also in, say, Saints Row style fashion, you can easily change your character's look at any time you so wish. Either by changing
what the hell
character's
I'm watching?
clothing, and there is a lot of clothing options,
Ugh.
or you can just straight up go to the plastic surgeon and change anything about yourself. Whatever gender you wish to be, how big, how small, how fat, how thin, your voice, everything.
I'm saying you can
So
create
at
like
any point you feel like changing
really
things up
weird
for a
and
certain
creepy
look, a certain
avatars
style,
still.
you can freely do so.
Capcom didn't change
There
that
are
at
two
all.
open world hubs.
You can still
Metro
create
City, which you've probably seen footage of
horrendous
in the preview process,
and
also
ugly ass
Nashal.
avatars.
And Nashal does open later in the storyline. And so what is
Oh,
World
Blanca.
Tour mode? Well, World Tour is you create your character, whoever you want to be, and you travel throughout the world of Street Fighter. If I had to make a direct comparison to any one game, I guess the closest thing World Tour would be is to the Yakuza series. So throughout Nashal and Metro City, there is all sorts of crazy things to see and do. All sorts of mini games, all sorts of side quests, all sorts of Easter eggs to see. Might just necessarily just be in the background. You can't, do anything with it, but you see it and you're like, hey, I know that. If you're a fan of the Street Fighter universe, there's going to be a lot of things that'll make you smile. I don't want to give too many things away, but you'll be very happy with
What's this?
Now, as far as the gameplay loop goes, the combat is 2D combat like Street Fighter. You find masters throughout the world, people who will teach you how to fight, and these are the famed Street Fighter characters. And basically, you
Well,
can
I guess
borrow their
characters from the
movesets.
World Tour.
As far as fighting styles go,
Or tour
as far as
mode.
your basic normals, your buttons, those will always be fixed. You can only pick one character at a time. But as far as special moves go, you can mix and match. So you can have Chun-Li spinning bird kick with Zangief's spinning pile driver with Dalsim's teleports. No problem. You can freely do them all. And it can lead to some pretty wild gameplay options that, well, frankly, you normally would not be allowed to do in Street Fighter due to balance reasons. But since you're the hero of this story, balance, well, it's not really a concern now, is it?
No.
And also, speaking of the story, I don't want to give away too many details, but it is very much your story. So you are in the world of Street Fighter and you will meet and interact with the classic Street Fighter characters, but they are more on the periphery of things. It is your story specifically. And surrounding characters like Li Fen, Chun-Li's disciple, and your rival Bosch are much bigger figures in the story than, say, Ryu or Ken. The mainline Street Fighter characters are more side content than main plotline, just so you know. That said, they are fantastic.
Yeah, game's
side
definitely gonna be
content.
nuts.
So the core mainline characters, you can make them your master, learn their moves as we discussed, but there's also multiple forms of leveling up with them, both your master level where you learn moves, and also effectively what you would call like an S-Link, like say Persona, a bond level where you get to know the characters. And this to me was where a lot of the best moments of World Tour mode was, as they let you just have a window into the character's soul and just give you a lot of fun moments. So the one character I mastered everything for, the master level, and maxed out the social bonds with was E Honda. For reference, it took me about 18 hours to roll credits on World Tour mode. I did not do every side quest, and I only managed to max out Honda. So if you were a bit more diligent and, a bit more planning ahead, maybe you can max out more than one character. But for me, that was all I could do at the time. And also, just
That's a
because you roll
Kursumo.
credits doesn't necessarily mean you beat World Tour mode, as there is main story quests after the fact as well, but I'll leave you to figure that one out. But as for the master stuff, I'll just give you an idea of what Honda can do. There's so many fun stories, so many fun bits, like people complaining Honda Sumo is not real sumo. And for Honda, he just is doing a more advanced sumo than the average person is used to. That's how he thinks about it. And turns out Honda's got some serious thoughts about a lot of things and how they relate to sumo. Like the John Lennon song, Imagine. That song is about sumo, according to E Honda. And you know what? I can't necessarily say he's wrong. I haven't talked to John Lennon myself lately. But these are the kind of things you get when you keep talking to Honda, and this is the case for all the characters as well. There's so many unique arts, unique little stories for every character, and you get them just by the course of playing the game, leveling up your bonds with the character,
Ryu.
and just going forward. Your masters will also send you texts throughout the course of the game. Honda specifically, not the most social media adept and aware. And if you think Honda's a little strange, wait till you see Ryu. I won't spoil that for you. Ryu's something else. You can also get personalized quests from all of the masters, and they differ character to character, fitting for each character. Lily wants you to explore the world and take pictures. Honda wants you to eat just
meal
a lot
actually
of
looks
food,
good.
and you get various rewards for this as well. As far as the masters
It
go,
really
it's
looks
absolutely
good.
one of the best features of the game. If you like the Street Fighter characters and the Street Fighter lore, you will be very, very happy with just everything the Master System has to offer. Some other things to note about World Tour mode. If you do not know how to play core Street Fighter, this game will teach
within
you.
the time limit.
There are many tutorials in World Tour mode disguised
This is an
as
easy
side
ass,
quests, giving you rewards,
task.
money, items, all that kind of stuff, and teaching you a lot of the core
Oh,
base
no.
concepts of the game. If you're an old pro, don't worry. Once again, they're side quests, so you can just skip them. But if you actually want to learn proper Street Fighter, they are there for you, and they're very handy to be there for sure. Besides the obvious story elements, which I don't want to spoil too much for you, there's a lot of platforming and puzzle solving in the game, where you can use
get
your
in a boat or something?
special abilities, like the moves the masters, the main Street Fighter characters teach you. This particular angle here, spinning bird kick wasn't far enough, but sumo headbutt was. So I could sumo headbutt past the boat through the water, and if you fall in the water, you die, because it's video game rules, right? And sumo headbutt was the magic skill
Level
that helped you pass
50.
that
Holy
little
shit.
test. And as for just the world itself, there's so many people you can just walk up and fight and talk to and get quests from and learn about. There's just a lot of content there. And a lot of characters, you can see what they have on them if you choose to fight them. Like this lady had a lot of money, so you know what? I'm going to...
It's actually crazy. It's definitely like an RPG game.
Spine and beat her up.
This
and
shit
take
is
her money,
like
and the game
definitely an
just lets you
RPG.
do that. Sometimes the items the characters have are very valuable, like one-off like costumes or accessory bits you will not find anywhere
100
else.
hands
So
definitely
it
looks
actually does
brutal.
behoove you to kind of inspect everyone and see what items they may have.
100
And you
hands.
can choose to take them on head on the honorable
shit
way,
looks
or
so brutal
sneak
now.
attack them, whatever works for you. Some other things to note about the World Tour mode. One, there is transmog. So yes, you can have the look of the items you want with the stats of the items you want. They're not exclusive to each other. So obviously my amazing custom character has the look I crafted myself here. After he took on E Honda's tutelage, he grew a couple 100 pounds and a couple feet from the earlier footage. But the stats he has are completely different from the items that are appearing. So transmog is a go. That's great. The open world itself is not gigantic, but you will want to unlock as many fast travel points as possible just to save time. Those are usually related to side quests. They're not that long, but once you get them, you'll be glad you unlock the fast travel point.
So Monster Hunter,
on
folks.
arcade stick, hitbox, leverless, whatever.
Yeah,
I
definitely,
got
man.
great news for you. The
Hey,
game
what up,
lets you
Dan?
sign
Welcome.
in as player 2 with a controller, and you can use the controller to do everything you want to do in World Tour, in the overworld, just at large. And then when you get to the actual fights, then you can just pick up your arcade stick or whatever and go. So the game is very much optimized for the overworld for a controller.
fighting a
Let's put it that
fridge?
way. If you're going to
Seriously?
use an arcade stick or whatever to move around in the open world, you're not going to have the best time. So the fact that that's an option, and
Oh
this
my
is
God,
also
it
the
won't-
case for Battle Hub online
fridge?
as well, just so you
A
know,
North fridge?
that is absolutely fantastic. You need
Jesus.
2 controllers, sure, but if
What
you play
is
on
this?
stick, you want to fight on stick, and
Oh
just
my
that being an
goodness.
option for you, that you can
Oh.
move around in the world with a controller and fight on stick
getting
when the
combo
time
by the
comes,
fridge.
that is great. Also, when you're starting out in World Tour mode,
Wow.
do not be surprised if not everything
Oh,
is
this is
unlocked right away.
Retsu.
I think it took about 3-ish hours before
Holy
I got basic
crap.
concepts like parry and drive impact.
Retsu from Street
And,
Fighter
it might
1.
be quicker if you don't do
Insane.
as many side quests early on, but they're definitely easing you into the experience.
That
It
means
does start
something.
pretty
That
easy.
means we're gonna
I
get
will
maybe
say,
some
I
Street
did
Fighter
not
1
really
characters.
struggle much at all as a traditional fighting game player.
Because I
up
definitely
until about
wanna-
the end of the game. By the end of the game, things got.
I definitely
want
want to get want to see
the first
Eagle
half
back.
of my
Oh,
time,
this is
I
the
didn't
guy
use,
that
like, a
people were
single
saying
item.
he was Kage
Some
and blah
of the fights
blah
at the end of
blah.
the game, I'm burning through every single item I have.
No.
And there's a currency called miles that are effectively
It was definitely a
continues.
weird
and I had to burn through a
weird
lot
ass
of those
dude with a
continues in the
box
final
in his head.
sequences before the end credits rolled. All in all, though, I will say World Tour mode was a very fun addition, and I am very glad to have played
So
it.
yeah, not
If
Kai.
anything, it finally solved the mystery why E. Honda's first name is Edmund. As for why it is, I'll leave that for you to find out. Now, let's just talk the core gameplay, the part where Street Fighter is, well, Street Fighter. And I'm very glad to tell you it's as good as you hoped. Now, for a lot of you watching this, you probably have had a chance to play Street Fighter 6 at some point, either through one of the 3 betas, 2 closed, 1 open, or the playable demo that's out and you can play Ryu and Luke pretty freely. Maybe not all the roster, but still, it's all there, and man, the core gameplay is good. So a lot of the mainline Street Fighter experience is still exactly what you think, right? Hold back the block, 6-button game, light, medium, heavy punch, light, medium, heavy kick. Everyone's got their own unique special moves, game plan to go for, supers, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff you expect, it's all there. So on that aspect, on that front, they did not reinvent the wheel. It's Street Fighter. It is core Street Fighter, and that is not deviated from. What makes Street Fighter 6 is the side systems, like
2
say
hidden
the
characters?
drive system. Those are the little green bars below your health bar, and let me tell you, those bars might as well just be as important as your actual health bar, because that dictates everything you can do in this game. Your EX moves, called OD moves in this game, overdrive, that's relying on the drive meter. Your ability to parry, a very big deal in this game, that needs your drive meter. Your ability to drive rush, where you can dash forward, that takes your drive meter. Your ability to drive impact, which is the armored kind of checkmate move in Street Fighter 6, that takes your drive meter. Everything important takes your drive meter in this game. And a big part of the beauty of Street Fighter 6 is you start with full drive meter at the beginning of every round. It's not like a super move where you have to build it over the course of a match. You get all of it right away. So if you want to go crazy right out of the gate, you absolutely can. Of course, there is a fairly major penalty, and that is the burnout state, where if you use up all the drive meter, well, now you have none left to work with, and things are gonna start being a little bit dire. So with no bars, no resource, you obviously can't do your fancy moves for one, and for two, when you start blocking moves, they become more advantage on block, and you start taking chip damage as well. Let me show you a fairly scary scenario here. So here, Jamie goes a little crazy abusing his drive metered moves, basically went too offensive too fast, and now is in the burnout state, and due to it was put into a potentially checkmate scenario. So normally EX 100 hand slap from Honda is disadvantage on block, but when you're up against someone in burnout, it becomes advantage on block. So if Jamie does anything other than his invincible super move here, because EX hands is plus, he's gonna get hit. So I could do this over and over and over, and I also had super meter myself. At the end of this last sequence, I go for my own super. Since Jamie's in burnout, he takes chip damage, and I got a chip.
It's me or the...
I could do this over and over and over, and hit. So I could do this over and over and over. And
his drive meter is actually feeling faster while he's blocking.
This last sequence, I go for my own super.
Wow, they didn't know that.
Here, Jamie goes a little crazy abusing his drive metered moves. Basically went too offensive too fast, and now is in the burnout state. And due to it was put into a potentially checkmate scenario. So normally EX 100 hand slap from Honda is disadvantage on block.
I mean, he's taking chip damage, but at the same time his overdrive meter is actually feeling faster though.
Super move here, because EX hands is plus, he's gonna get hit. So I could do this over and over and over, and I also had super meter myself, so at the end of this last sequence, I go for my own super. Since Jamie's in burnout, he takes chip damage, and I got a chip kill. The only time you can take chip damage or be chip killed is when you are in the burnout state. So it's something you want to avoid more than anything else in this game. That said, the penalty is so big because the things you can do with the drive meter are so powerful. So if you lose it all, you got to pay the penalty. Let's look at the drive impact. Once again, everyone has this move. 2 hits of armor on frame 1. That means every character in the game has a defensive move. There are no haves and have-nots anymore. Everyone has a defensive option, and if you call someone out, you can get a combo.
This stage actually is so good. I love the lining of the stage.
If you're near the corner, you get bounced, which gives a guaranteed combo. The corner is scarier
make the characters actually look
than in any other
good.
Street Fighter game ever. Imagine taking all this just because you blocked. You didn't even get hit. you locked, and this is still where you're in for that. Drive impact is very, very good. Drive rush, another fully universal mechanic every character can use thanks to the drive meter. Let's dash forward, or lets you cancel attacks into a dash forward, so multiple options. And it reinvents combos and pressure in this game. So here's a basic hit confirm combo, but say I want to drive rush it instead. So now I can do my first 2 hits, drive rush cancel, and then get a much bigger combo in the end. The first attack you do out of a drive rush has more advantage than it normally ever would, allowing you to create combos that are normally not possible. And because it allows you to dash at your foe whenever you want, it allows for all sorts of fun and interesting gimmicks. And the drive parry, once again, available to every character in the game, universal defensive mechanic, and well, it lets you parry moves. Say in this scenario, you know Kimberly's going to attack, you block, but you lose a little bit of your meter for blocking. That's the penalty for blocking in this game. At bare minimum, if you parry instead, you gain meter instead of losing meter, so net benefit. And if your timing's very good, you can do perfect parries with the time stop and get punishes instead. So now you can turn the tables on predictable offense. And with all these systems and just a lot of what the characters themselves, what they can do, it makes just for some really wild gameplay. Even some traditionally quote-unquote
my God, this combo is
like Honda can
this
do
combo's
absolutely
crazy.
wild things in this game. It's a real triumph. Really wild.
Look at this combo, dude.
Up and get punishes instead. So now you can turn the tables on predictable offense. And with all these systems and just a lot of what the characters themselves, what they can do, it makes just for some really wild gameplay. Even some traditionally quote-unquote boring characters like Honda can do absolutely wild things in this game. It's a real triumph of the gameplay systems and the character design. Pretty much every note hits it out of the
Nice
park.
damage.
And on that note, the gameplay, very good. The characters, the roster, fantastic. Pretty much every archetype you could hope for is here, from mix-up characters to Shotos to grapplers to zoners. We got everything here, a style for everybody. And the characters themselves are very well designed, have large, articulate move sets. They can all do a lot of things, and that's multiplied by the drive system as well. And some of the quote-unquote boring characters like Honda and Ryu are some of the most stylish characters in this game, in my opinion. And DJ highlights this better than anyone, in my opinion. Yes, there's a lot of the new characters, and the new characters are great. But DJ is, well, he's DJ. What else can you say? If you know, you know, right? DJ has never been much but Guile, but worse. And even when he's a good character tier-wise, he's still just Guile, but worse. He has the not Sonic Boom, and he has the not Flash Kick, and he's not really his own man. And that has definitely changed in this game. Like, he's still got some of the classics. He still throws the air slashers, the max outs, right? And he can throw 2 at a time without spending meter in this game. And he has feints, fake outs. He still has Sobats, and he has fake outs as well. And he can go for, say, a small little combo fake out and go for a throw right after the fact, which is fun. And, you know, he still has the up kicks, right? They're there. But he also has fake out up kicks that turn.
Yeah, he can fake everything though.
Jump.
Seriously?
There's a lot of trickery
Oh
here.
my God.
Like, he can hit you, you can block, fake up kick, and then he crosses you up, and then he'll actually combo you on the other side.
Holy
That's
shit,
really
DJ is gonna be so nuts
the fact that he can
to deal
dance
with.
for meter. Yes, you heard me right.
Wow.
He can dance for meter. So if you want to just drop the fight and have some fun, DJ's exactly that kind of character. He's so
Wait,
much
what?
more
Like, he
advanced and
actually,
fun
if
than
he
he's ever
dances, he
been
gains
before.
some meter?
Not the least of which, those feints are more useful just outside of the feint itself. It can lead to combos. Like, he can link after the fact. He can go for stand heavy punch, feint fireball, and stand light kick and get a combo
My
after
God.
the fact. And now we got super interesting links.
Wow.
They turned DJ into one of the
Wow,
most mechanically
wow,
expressive
wow.
and interesting
Holy
characters in this
shit.
game. And if that's not a victory for the game as a whole, I don't know what is.
No,
Because
this
DJ
character
used
is gonna be the
most
best
dull
ones.
character there
The
ever
most fun,
was.
the
And
most
now
fun
he's just
character
about
so
the
far.
coolest damn character in this game. So the
Oh
core
shit,
gameplay is there.
definitely gonna lab this
The
character.
system supporting the game with the drive system is there. The characters are super expressive, have a lot of fun archetypes, a lot of fun.
Actually
things to
reminds
aim
me
for
of
in the
Dan
matches.
a bit.
Basically,
Or you
this
can
is
cancel
about a
the
home run
normals
on
with
every
a
front
biz
as
kill,
you
then
want as far as
go
gameplay
for
goes. The
for
game
normals.
plays very, very well.
DJ
And the
works
third main
kind
section here, we talked
of
World
similar.
Tour, we talked Fighting Ground, which is a lot of the main verses.
Can like
This
heavy
is the
standing, heavy
battle
punch
hub
into
where a lot
that
of the
feint
online lives.
and cancel
And
it
you
with
can take your custom characters and
any
can be straight
other
out of the World Tour
normal.
mode and run around and do silly things. So there's arcade machines for you to play classic Capcom games, and you can also find some of those classic games in World Tour mode as well. And you can meet up, play other
crazy
people.
now.
There's a lot of arcade cabinets to mess around with. If you've played or seen any of the betas, this is all the same stuff. And yes, the quality of the online play is immaculate. I already knew it from the older betas, but in this build of the game, the online is still very, very good. In the betas, I managed to do my small hillbilly town in Ontario, Canada, to Tokyo, Japan, and it played fantastically. And I can assure you that in the main build,
two more
the retail
days,
build,
two more
the
days.
online play will still be top class. Like the gentleman I was playing here was from Great Britain, and Ontario, Canada to Great Britain has a whole ocean between it. And even here, it was still fantastic. By the game's own standards, it said the connection wasn't great. It was like 3 bars out of 5. But Street Fighter 6's 3 bars out of 5 is better than just about every other game's 5 out of 5. I cannot speak highly enough about the quality of the netcode. We're finally there. We don't have to worry about online anymore. The game just works. And to note, this is where you do casual matches, ranked matches, all that kind of stuff. You can do casual and ranked matchmaking from the main menus. You do not have to enter the Battle Hub if you do not want to. So if for whatever reason that's the
good to
deal
know.
breaker, there you go. You don't have to worry about it.
Good to know you can
Whatever
just
works
pick
best
a
for
rank or a
you,
casual
you can
just
choose
from the
your option that
menu.
appeals to you. So we
You don't
hit a
have
lot
to
of the
get
big
in the
notes
Battle
now,
Hub.
right? We talked World Tour mode. That's very
So
interesting
while
for
you're
what it is,
training
certainly
mode,
unlike
you just
anything
go to
else in
training
Street Fighter
mode and
history.
just
We talked the actual
wait
core
for
gameplay
the-
mechanics, the gameplay,
for the
systems,
matchmaking.
characters. That's all great. That's also about the best it's ever been. So that's really, really good.
So good.
Online, also a series peak. But of course, this is a fighting game, so we have
Battle
a lot of
Hub
other things.
is only
that fighting
for
games
lobbies
do,
and get
like, say,
just to play
arcade
with
modes.
people
While
online.
certainly
Well,
the
on
bulk of the story
like
is in the
lobbies and
World
stuff
Tour
like that,
mode.
like,
Every character has an arcade mode to go through. We have a beginning and we have an ending for every character, like you would expect.
But it's fun.
We
It's
have
definitely
combo
fun
trials for
getting in the
everyone.
Battle
Everyone loves
Hub.
those combo
Like,
trials.
it's not that boring
And while
ass
maybe they're not the
battle
halcyon
lounge
days,
where you
the King
get
of Fighters
like
13 combo trials that everyone goes mad
search
over.
for
These are
matches.
definitely the best combo trials that Street Fighter as a franchise
Battle Hub
has
is
ever
definitely
done.
damn like
There's
so
a lot
damn
more
fun.
than just 10, depends character to
I'm definitely
character,
gonna be
but more
playing
than just
Battle Hub
10.
a lot.
And a lot of them are very
Because I
practical.
barely
They either
touch
teach you
Battle
the basic
Lounge
building
on Street
blocks
Fighter
and
5,
the
to
hows
be
and
honest.
whys of combo
I
structure,
barely.
or here's an actual proper B&B.
Street Fighter
or when
5,
they're
I
showing
mean,
you
Battle Lounge
outside
was
edge
actually pretty bad.
situations, at the very least, is kind of inform you. Here's a
You,
how
you
and
wanted
why
to
you
find
would
like
wanna use
someone to
this
play
move.
with, and
And
always
then we have
gonna
the
be like
character tutorials. So
was
this
always gonna
concept
have like the
existed in
most
Street Fighter
terrible
5, where they're kind of
connection
telling you a little
ever.
bit of how and why of the character.
You
but
could
it is
almost
much
never
expanded
find
from
like
Street
someone
Fighter
with good
5.
connection.
Like, yes, they'll tell you, okay, here's this move.
But
Here's why you
Battle
wanna
Hub
use
is
this
definitely
move. That's
an
great.
overhaul.
But they
Like,
also go a lot
it's
further, and they also
ridiculously
give you a lot
good
of great
since you can
visual
pick
examples
different
of
servers,
situations where you would want to use said move as well.
and well, you
And
just
not only
you,
does
you
it
can
run
just
through
sit
the basic
in your
moveset of each
arcade,
character and telling you what's up with those
wait for
characters,
someone.
it also has much more advanced
It's definitely more
situations.
fun.
It could be, here's how to do neutral. In this specific case you're seeing on screen. For DJ, it shows you how to use the feints to
Oh my gosh, shut
trip
the
up
hell
your
up.
enemy. Either go for the gimmicks or go for the
Fucking
throws.
clown.
This move is plus on block, by the way, so here's what
Jesus.
you would want to use with this plus on block move. It gives you a lot of real world, real match, practical scenarios to go through. Like, it will actually teach you how to play the game, the things you
Yeah,
actually
piece of
want
shit.
to go for and aim for to win a match. So, long story short, it's just full of stuff you actually really would want to know for whatever character you want to pick. So, that's mission accomplished, basically. And one final thing to talk about before we close out, the control schemes. So, you probably heard about it. It's a pretty big deal. There's classic,
damn.
modern, and dynamic. Classic is, well, classic Street Fighter. It's the same it's always been. Dynamic, let's call it what it is. It's basically the button mashing mode. If you don't know what you're doing, you can pick dynamic and it'll basically mostly play the game for you. And we have modern controls. So what modern does is it turns Street Fighter from a 6-button game to a 4-button game, and with some modifiers as well. So it makes some move decisions for you. You don't necessarily have your entire moveset anymore. Every character, you can do most of your moves, your special moves.
There's
and your
more
normal
controls
moves and
now.
other buttons.
Nah,
But
thank
every
you.
character will be missing a thing or
No,
two.
thank
Some
you. That's
characters
not for
might
me.
be better in modern than other characters. To modify a lot of the moves, it's as simple as either you're neutral and you hit the button, you hit forward and you hit a button, or you hit back and you hit a button. And that can give you completely different normals or completely different special moves. No motions, no dragon punches, no spinning pile driver 360 motions needed for any of this stuff. And you also have the assist button, and when you hold the assist button, basically the game tries its best to do optimal combos for you. So you don't have to worry about the timing, you don't have to worry about the links or anything. You just hold the assist button and you jam on whatever button of your choice and it'll do all the work for you. And it'll also end in super moves if you happen to have the appropriate amount of meter. I started playing Street Fighter in 1991, so just to put it out there, this mode is not for me. However, most of you guys aren't as old as I am. So you know what? If you like Street Fighter and you are a little bit intimidated, this might be exactly what the doctor ordered, because it does make the general gameplay a lot easier. And that's about it for the review. So once again, thank you very much to Capcom for providing me an early copy of the game so I can have a look at it. All the footage you're seeing here was captured on the PlayStation 5. And just one last word, I guess. So this game is just plain fun. If you like fighting games, this is probably the game to get. Not only is this the start of the new generation of fighting games, as it were, this is also a banner runner for it. This is something special. Even so many little things, like say Street Fighter V, and even though Street Fighter V these days is a very good game, like admittedly it's a very good game, people had issues with it out of the gate, right? A lot of those issues out of the gate of Street Fighter V are not issues here. This game has content. There is more to do than just go versus and online, and the online's a lot better than Street Fighter V's. And other little things too, even in its current good form, Street Fighter V, one of the complaints that dogged that game throughout all of its lifespan was just simple stuff like buttons. The range you can engage at each other when you hit medium punch, medium kick, roundhouse, whatever, it's so much better in Street Fighter 6 than it ever was in Street Fighter 5. All the buttons feel really big.
I wonder if there's gonna is this gonna be a battle pass or something to get the characters,
even quote unquote short range characters.
Because I couldn't get the deluxe edition.
Street Fighter 5, so that's really good. The online
definitely should be a battle pass.
Really fun, just being expressive with each other.
Or season pass, I don't know.
That's really cool. I like that. Stuff like the clan system in the build I have, it was not quite ready yet. So we'll see that at launch. But yeah, man, just a good game all around. Since this is a review, I will give it a review score. We don't do reviews often on this channel, but for Street Fighter, we'll make an exception. And out of the 3 possible tiers of a bronze gibbon, a silver chimp, or a golden gorilla, Street Fighter 6 gets a golden gorilla out of me. So Metacritic, that counts as a 10 out of 10, by the way. But you don't need my review score. What I've said in this video stands for itself, so if you like it, if it sounds good, then it probably will be a good game for you. Once again, I'm not the most objective reviewer here, because I love fighting games to death, and this game specifically I'll be covering on the channel in the following weeks, months, and years to come. So if you're looking for Street Fighter 6 info, guides, combos, anything, I'm probably one of the better channels for it, so like and subscribe and all that. But otherwise, my friends, we're at the end of the video for now. So Street Fighter 6, it's a true treat. It's the beginning of the new generation of fighting games, and I cannot wait for all you guys to get your hands on the game. It's really something special. And otherwise, since we're at the end of the video, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go
Street Fighter 6 PC review. Only 3 minutes?
Street Fighter 6 is a far cry from the questionable fart for the stakes, but it's sick, all-out games. Fighting unless you're mortal. In specials and super moves I've picked up from other members of the roster. World Tour is also a rather cleverly disguised mode that teaches you the core fundamentals of the game. Numerous side missions focus on putting the game's very large and open locations. I frequently suffered frame drops while running around, and dropping into a fight would slow the whole game down considerably. With most of the game's story and lore tucked away in World Tour, arcade mode is incredibly I love these modes, which balance being robust and really games. Fighting
Oh god.
but it's certainly
This
determined
video
not to
is
repeat the
really
style
on
rarely.
30
It's a bombastic, all-out
FPS,
package
like
that's
seriously.
ready to cater to every playstyle and skill level, doing it with a degree of
Damn,
finesse
shitty
that
ass
has well
review
and truly
actually.
set the bar high for the next generation of fighting
How come you're gonna make a
games. Fighting
PC
games have never
review
been
on
known
30
for their thrilling
FPS?
single-player modes and
That's bad. I wonder if we get like some more clips on Twitter though. Yeah, you oh guys, yeah, watch this one. You gotta watch this one. A couple of ways to punish Dawson. That's good. Wonder if people actually uploaded more content on Twitter. Holy shit, what's this? Yo, E-Honda got sick combos, I'm not gonna lie, man. Look at this. Look at this combos. Damn.
Yeah, boy.
Oh. Ken standing heavy. Oh, actually, Ken got buffed as well. He got buffed in the game. Standing heavy kick was actually 12 frames. Well, oh no, it's actually the on block. Yeah, on block was -7. It's now -5 on block. That shit is insane, dude. It's definitely way harder to punish on block standing heavy kick. Silent block? Buff? No, I don't know. It's just he's actually buff. Like his standing heavy kick was buff. And I think I have seen some other changes from other characters too, so yeah, SF6 reviews so far are actually super high. All of them like 9 out of 10, 90 out of 100, 5 out of 5, like some even 10 out of 10. Oh, that's actually good. That's actually good for him. Well, I'm pretty sure they nerf. They actually nerf his throw, actually, but it's a good exchange anyway. Yeah, I wonder if I got my game already. Okay, game is preloaded. Preloaded Street Fighter 6. Oh no. Yeah, Capcom. Yeah, one thing I don't understand, like, why it says June 1st instead of June the 2nd. June 1st or 2nd? I don't get it, man. When is it gonna come? When is gonna come? I heard it was a regional thing. Pre-order? Well, it was actually always like that, even before I pre-ordered the game. I don't know. That's actually weird. I don't know. Yeah, weird. Since I always got that June 1st thing even before pre-order. So god damn. It's a bunch of crazy shit on Twitter. That's why I don't even use this app too much. I just wanna check more clips, SF6 clips. Yeah, let's watch one more video before ending the stream.
Everything about Street Fighter, but keeps a lot of the core intact. The previous game in the most basic levels.
Wow, man, the quality is really washed up.
Street Fighter 6 offers with 2 new controls.
Damn, what a
classic setup is still available and is still recommended for veterans of the series. Modern and
people already uploading. What the hell?
Battle is just seconds away.
Level 8 CPU matches. Seriously? Oh my gosh.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in, finds the mark. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. What's going to follow the combo?
Some people actually got the game already on
Player one
PlayStation.
chases them down.
Some people got the game already.
What's their game plan here at this critical stage?
They bought it at their local store. Some stores actually sell the game like before release day.
Experiencing burnout. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
Round two.
Start things off. Solid combo. Decides to buff up while they can. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 will look to uses the going drops them from the air. Jump, clutch, anti-air.
Okay, so what else we got? What else we got? Give me a good video, damn it.
Six review alongside some PS5 gameplay as combos memorized, of course. That said, it can easily be countered with a simple throw or by using the drive parry, which again draws from the drive
Yo, be right back. Oh. Wow. Crazy. And hopefully he keeps his direct kicks like that on the game, on the full game. Hopefully. Holy crap, is that perfect? Oh my goodness. Damn, it's super good. Oh. Oh, perfect. Now, those people haven't watched actually good Ken gameplay. That's a thing. Ken is definitely super fun. Oh. Where'd you going? Oh, I guess this is a perfect compilation. good. Oh. So with punish. Oops. What you doing? What you doing? It's dope. This shit doesn't even have volume. What the hell? Like seriously.
This is Street Fighter.
This guy's saying Street Fighter sucks. Street Fighter 6 sucks.
This, for better or worse, is Street Fighter.
What the hell he's saying?
Street Fighter 6 is not Street Fighter. Before you simps get started, this isn't my first rodeo trashing a game destined to be fawned over. I played the demo. I have correctly identified the core problems
or is it maybe a joke?
that will be present in the full release and have no need to spend my money, even though my sweet Cammy is looking fine again. But Street Fighter 6 is wet trash. You like that phrase? I coined it, but you can use it. Make sure you buy a t-shirt first. Alright, let's start with the fighting. I actually have something pretty positive to say about this. Now look, you may be thinking, hey, he surely hates those modern controls, but you gotta remember, I'm an elder gamer. I was around when Street Fighter was starting out. I can kind of appreciate you getting all the moms and the grannies in on the Street Fighter with these simplified controls that allow them to throw Hadouken by pushing one button. Hey mom, I need some clips of you playing Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I installed the game already too.
Street Fighter 6. No, I said Street Fighter 6, not Mortal Kombat 12. Throw a Hadouken.
But it's locked. Like you cannot even open it.
Trade-off. They don't seem to do as much damage as actually going through the old motions. And there's far less variations. You're ultimately going to end up getting totally owned by anybody who doesn't have the training wheels on. But hey, that's the trade-off for being able to throw Fireball while not looking like Michael J. Fox. You see, the big letdown for Street Fighter 6 is in the presentation. Yeah, I realize that the core fighting mechanic of the game remains strong. The graphics look really dazzling. But all those previous Street Fighter games I point out here got you in and out of the fight quickly, and this game is up its own ass with, we have to make this look urban, we have to
Winston, hey, what up?
Kids with some stupid celebratory dance for Luke, who
yeah, that's good, man. I'm gonna definitely participate in competing online tournaments. Yeah,
off the rails. Luke is over here basically giving
that
you
will
this
be fun.
tutorial saying, oh hey, Metro City got cleaned up, but let's just go cause a ruckus. You know, the new way of saying hello around here is to just pick a fight with people on their cell phone. Yeah, because if there's something the world needs is teenagers being encouraged to incite more violence on city streets. Oh, but Vaughn, finally, Street Fighter, it becomes about street fighting. Oh, is it? Because you got this shit show Battle Hub over here hosted by Eternity, which I'm going to give Capcom some credit here. You don't see a lot of negative A-cup women going shirtless in games, but Eternity pulls it off. But did Street Fighter need a cool hangout battle hub world? Oh, but you go and select your character. Of course, you're going to pick Cammy. And what? Okay, why is Manon listed at 5'9" and she's at least 6'3"? And you got the audacity to tell me Cammy weighs more? I get that Capcom's not going with hyper-realistic models here, but can we at least pretend to judge physics? Oh, but here's the worst part of the whole damn game. You pick a character to fight another character. You both walk out to the arena together as if you are a damn tag team. Obnoxious music blazing. This is the fighting club kids would make if they knew how to code. I mean, look, it's pretty simple. Have you seen the UFC? People do not walk out together if they're about to bash each other's brains in. Even Street Fighter 1 understood that. Just how many bath salts is Capcom smoking? All the bath salts. Even the worst entries of Street Fighter didn't have a theater club parade in front of the fighting. And yeah, I didn't play Street Fighter 5. I'm invested in the Xbox ecosystem since 2003, a system that now has 0 exclusives. So while I watched amazing games coming out for the PlayStation, I'm sitting there playing Overwatch for 4,000 hours. Now the game does ship at $60, which is commendable because let's face it, capitalism has become companies figuring out what they can get away with, and they figured out they can get away with charging $70 for a game. So while Capcom looks like the lone holdout here, they're actually going to be microtransacting you up the ass. There's going to be DLC, characters hidden behind paywalls. I bet you're going to have to pay money to get Cammy in that green leotard. What do you want to bet? You got to pay money to modify your victory pose. I mean, we already know they want to nickel and dime you to accessorize your weird-looking alien chick in World Tour mode. You will unlock nothing and like it. Congrats, Capcom, you managed to Fortniteify Street Fighter, an IP which had a tradition of...
To be honest, I don't know if
innovation
he's joking or serious,
copying and
actually.
pasting others' homework
I don't know.
in a pathetic and obvious attempt to appeal to a broader demographic. I give Street Fighter 6 a 4.0 out of 10.
Thank you for watching my son's YouTube station. It's not for everyone, but he tries.
Yeah, a 4.
Maybe if you buy...
Yeah, right, a 4. Apparently he was joking. Well, that's gonna be all for today, guys. Wonder, to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna be back tomorrow or Thursday. Maybe Thursday. At this point, I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, I'm just waiting for SF6 to come out, and I got nothing else to do, to be honest. So maybe if I stream tomorrow, I'm just gonna be playing some other game or whatever, and then we're gonna come back on Thursday in the official and the actual now Street Fighter 6 waiting room on Thursday. So let's wait for midnight for a game release. Finally, on Thursday. And also, of course, the SF5 uninstall as well, live. There's already a lot of differences on the main build. There are gonna be some nerfs on the characters. I'm not sure about the. Well, I have seen some couple of Ken nerfs and buffs as well. He got even one buff and one nerf that I remember. You know, Ryu and Luke got some nerfs as well in the demo, so they might be the same in the latest build. So yeah, they're definitely changing a couple of stuff. They're gonna do another balance. I mean, already the balance is done. You know, the game is already there. The game is already there, man. People are already even playing it. So the balance the balance changes are there already. The game is just ready, man. We just gotta wait until Friday to play it. So I'm sure it's gonna be early. I think so. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be early. At 12. At 12 a.m. June the 2nd. Let's check one more time. Street Fighter Countdown. Oh, it says 2 days. Now it says 2 days, 20 minutes. Countdown to 2nd June 2023 at 12 a.m. So yeah, 12 a.m. That's EST time, right? Eastern time. Like PST is gonna be actually, I think, on June 1st, 9 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, 2 more days.
Madre mía.
If there's gonna be early access, I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna be aware of that. I'm gonna be checking out tomorrow. But I don't think so. I think it's definitely gonna be on June 2nd. I mean, that depends on your time zone, right? If your PST is releasing on June 1st, 9 p.m. If your EST is gonna be June 2nd at 12 a.m. I think that's how it's gonna be actually. So how it's gonna be. Like have events, yeah, maybe, yeah, but not definitely on day one. Day one, I'm gonna be just messing and exploring the game, full game, checking the features and everything. So I don't think I'm gonna be playing people first day. Maybe second day or third day. I don't know. That also depends, man. Also depends. Yeah, well, see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and well, see you next time. Have a good night. Take care.